recorded any of this bonehead mistake. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Family's Garage. This is a 2-for-1 episode. You're going to get tips and tricks on assembling a small block Chevy. You're also going to get the things you need to know to put one of these in a G-body. Alright, so we went to put customer's 383 on the engine stand, and they've got a bolt hole here completely clogged full of something. We're trying to, I don't know if it's mud or what that is. So we're gonna have to get this thread tapped out and cleaned up before we can even get it mounted on a stand. Yeah, I don't know what was in there, but it was pretty gross. Ew. All right. Now we can get this thing up on the stand and actually check it out. What we've got here this morning is your basic Gen 1 small block Chevy. Customer brought us this, and once it freshened up, says it came out of a Corvette or something. It's a 010 block, so it's a good block to start with. It's got 30 over hyperunitic pistons in it already. Supposedly it's only got about 6,000 or 7,000 miles on it. So far it looks pretty good. We're gonna pull the harmonic balancer, the timing cover, get this cam out, see what it is. We might want to use it somewhere else. Get the fuel pump off, flip it over, get the oil pan off. We'll do a full internal inspection of the engine. Then we'll get the block all cleaned, masked off, and painted. We got this Howard's Rattler camshaft to put in it, along with all kinds of goodies, so check it out. I'm not sure about this bolt, but I think it may have been tightened a little tight, completely concave in the washer into, that's a little excessive. You really want to make sure you use the right puller for this. You don't want to damage the crank snout or the harmonic balancer. These are not cheap. There we go. That looks good. The timing chain cover is actually in a channel on the front. The two forwardmost oil pan bolts kind of sandwich that all together. So normally you'll have to loosen these, maybe the second and third bolt of the oil pan, to get the timing chain cover off without damaging it. So you can see that's the channel that I'm talking about right there. It kind of sandwiches over the lip of the oil pan and provides a seal. Spilling it. And there it went. So this is the biggest telltale of an engine that you can have. Looking in here, see how nice and clean that is? There's a little bit of oil in there. I don't see any glitter. There's no sediment. There's no water. This engine was very well taken care of. There we go. Timing set looks pretty good, actually. Don't see any numbers on it right off the bat, but that doesn't mean anything. Could be a factory unit. So somebody just bolted this on, as there's no fuel pump push rod in here at all. So that explains why we're missing the fuel pump block off plate. Normally there's a plate that sits here that the fuel pump rests on. So we'll have to contact the customer and find out what's up with that. This is what a good looking engine looks like on the inside. Notice there's no carbon buildup, there's no burnt oil. All the oil you see is nice and clean. There's no trash in the pickup. However, the pickup is not welded in. That is not a good idea. We will definitely be putting a tack weld on ours, as we recently had an engine over there that the oil pump pickup fell off. This is the 1978 350 out of the C10. This one will be heading to the machine shop today. But yeah, this one had the oil pump pickup fall off in the pan. Not good for the motor. All right, so we went ahead and got Carlos's oil pump installed in his engine. We got the oil pump pickup set up with about 3/8 clearance on the bottom of the pan. We're gonna go ahead and put a tack weld here so this doesn't fall out like they tend to do. So after careful evaluation, we're going to install the timing chain set with the dots lined up. We're putting the cam in here straight up. We're still at 0 top dead center. And so we didn't do anything crazy here. We just hit it with a light wire brush to knock the loose stuff off. You're not trying to dig it all off. If you tap it with a wire brush and it falls off, it wasn't going to stick to begin with. You can see they didn't use primer when they painted this engine, and a lot of it stuck. But the secret to a good professional looking paint job on an engine is the primer. Paint does not stick to bare metal. So here, we'll get this thing primed out, get it blown off, cleaned off, wiped down with mineral spirits, and primed and painted. New day, still no concrete, but that's fine. Here you see the Performer RPM Edelbrock all painted and detailed up. Beautiful Chevy orange to match the short block over here. I know some people hate that, but I hate them ugly, dirty aluminum or painted Kentucky chrome, so I prefer them orange. Cylinder heads we got, these are 487 castings. These are some really nice heads. Somebody put a lot of money in these. They've got big old 202 valves, 181 exhaust ports. They've got aftermarket springs, screw-in studs, and hardened guides. These are really nice. So we're just gonna clean these up and bolt them on. Now see, this is another pet peeve of mine. You see all this? That is duct tape residue. If anybody ever wants to try to put duct tape on your engine, you bad dog them, smack them. This stuff takes forever to get off, and it's eating up labor from my customer while I clean all this nasty shit off of here to make this motor look, you know, the way I like them to look. So don't do that. I hate that. So like I showed you on the last motor, if you don't take and get that strip right there, engine color, orange, when this is all bolted together, you'll see that. You'll have bare metal there and you won't like it. So a little bit of prep now will save you heartache later. Whew. Looking good. Looking real good. What's going down?
Slowly building this engine.
Your oil soaked lifters.
Yeah. These lifters have been soaking for about a month.
Oh, it hasn't been a month.
It feels
like two. Oh, did you just drop it because I got the camera out?
No.
What is that? What is that noise? These are all good. It's a quick way to grenade your top end if you don't make sure you can see through all your push rods before you install them. Go ahead and assembly lube both ends, and then we'll do an initial run on the torque.
Alright.
What you got?
I got engine braking oil.
Lucas oil?
Yep.
2050? Alright. This is the best time to put it in. Pour it all over the lifters. Make sure it gets down the motor. Make sure it's not leaking, because that would suck if you left the drain plug out.
I didn't take it out.
Of course, and again, nothing's ever your fault. Already filled up the Wix filter when we put it on. Isn't that the easiest oil change you ever did?
Yep.
You watched us build the motor. Here's the car. 1980 Cutlass T-tops. Check this thing out. Bet you haven't seen one of these. G-body. With some rallies. Thing's in amazing shape. Should be a cool cruiser, especially with the tops off, huh? It feels like Monday, but it's actually Wednesday after a long 4th of July holiday. We've got this really cool 1980 Cutlass T-top car. Pretty cool, pretty rare. We've been building an engine for it on the side here. This would have came with like a 231 V6 or something to that effect.
Something small.
We've got this cool little 350 out of like a late 70s vet. We've added camshaft, intake, carb, fuel pump headers. We gave it a full detail. Got a new water pump, new distributor. Engine ran fine according to the customer, so hopefully we'll throw this in, break in that cam, and move right along. A couple things real quick. Got to get the radiator out of the way, get the AC lines out of the way. We're going to be reusing those. Wow, you're on it today, huh? He bought a new radiator, so just set that out back. You know it's going to spill something at some point. Here's a problem you're going to have to deal with if you're changing from the factory 6-cylinder to the 8-cylinder. These are your 6-cylinder motor mounts, while these are your 350 motor mounts. So you'll also need the corresponding metal clamshell that bolts onto the motor, per se, that sandwiches this part. So what we've done, we have marked the center line of the old motor mounts, so when we install the new motor mount, we'll know at least where center was, and then we may have to drop the motor in without the transmission to make sure it clears everything, because it looks like we've got all kinds of holes to choose from. A little full. Little full. Little full. Just a little bit. I'm still picking it out of here. So we got to get to the back of these motor mounts. Where the motor mount holes line up, it should be the forward ones, right?
Yeah.
These two line up and one at the bottom. These two are most important, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing?
Tightening it with my fingers. Oh, you're recording.
We haven't recorded any of this bonehead mistake. So this is what happens when you have to change the flex plate out after you've installed the transmission, the motor, the headers, and you realize the torque converter won't bolt up because the car had a single bolt pattern flex plate in it. You think I'd have known that by now, but I didn't. So you get to take the punishment. It looks cool from up here though. The tack?
Yeah.
What it show? RPM?
A bunch of numbers.
Okay. Well, it started right up.
Yeah.
So we're a lot more awesome than we thought we were. Or it's just my preparedness.
I helped build the motor too.
Okay, I think it ran out of gas pretty quickly. I don't see it pulling fuel. So what I need you to do is man the fire extinguisher and watch this fuel filter. You're looking for fuel. Needs gas. Give it gas.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, all right, all right, all right.
Gas is pumping through the filter.
It is?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, so we got to do this a couple more times until it fills the bowls.
Okay.
Okay, so it's been a few days. Obviously, you saw the radiator hose explode. Luckily, right as Nathan stepped away, it let go. Burnt me a little bit. It's been a week. We took some time to relax. The starting issue we started having seems to be a out-of-round brand new flex plate. So we've swapped in a stock flex plate out of one of the square bodies. Let's fire it up and hopefully get through the first 10 minutes of breaking this motor in. That was getting warm. Let the fans run for a minute. Woo. Set one done. We got to do this again. Ooh, all right, it's only 97,000 degrees at 9 o'clock in the morning, but we're done. Oldsmobile's all done. You heard that choppy cam going off to the owner now. I think it's going to the exhaust shop soon. And then the car will come back at some point so we can put air conditioning on it. But this was the plan for this stage of his build. So thanks for checking it out. We'll see you all in the next one.